I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, 33, back in the cemetery. It's been a while. Back in 2020, I think I did about every video out here in the cemetery. My morning walk, sharing peace with those who are resting in peace. And today I wanted to speak a very important topic, which is those we surround ourselves with in company and confidence, and those who we look to for wisdom. We're in a world where information is running rampant. But what's rare is when we find people who are congruent in their thought, word, and deed. People who have a coherence with their head, their heart, and their gut. And people look to those who have fancy titles, such as a doctor, which not necessarily a medical doctor, but like it could be an academic, someone who's a doctor of philosophy, someone who studies, devotes their life to studying the ideas of others, studying the ideas of those who came before them, and knowing the thoughts of those others inside and out, and then being able to regurgitate what those thoughts mean. And then there are people who look to the opposite end of that, people who are these social media personalities, these people who pop up and have a certain kind of delivery or promoted by this AI, by an algorithm, so that they are in your face all the time, and then the more you click on their videos, the more you click on their content, the more of this thought form is perpetuated. These people who you don't know anything about, but they say something in a way that gets your attention, and then people believe that whatever they're saying has value, much of the time because they're seeing it all the time. Or maybe a piece of it does, maybe a piece of a meme, maybe a piece of a reel, something that's 1 minute or less, even less these days, seems to resonate with someone's soul. And they start to look at whoever that person is as someone being worthy of their time and attention. But again, with influencers, these are people you don't even know. You never have direct communication with them. You don't know what their lives are like. You don't know who they truly are. You're just getting blurbs. You're getting pieces. You're getting fragments. And then again, with the academics or the people with the fancy titles, you're getting people who are very much in their head consciousness, who are very astute and very powerful in the intellect, but a lot of the times they don't practice the principles, or may not be a practice of living in a harmonious way. Living from a place of where they have formulated their own beliefs, their own understanding from intuition. It's just this head knowledge of taking in what someone else has said, someone who is accredited from what they believe are good sources, and regurgitating that. It's, maybe processing it somewhat, but real wisdom, again, is when you take in everything. You look at what other people have said. You look at your own experience as well. And then there's some intangibles. There's sometimes being able to listen to a voice and listen to what's beyond you. And you're putting all this together and living in an alignment with what you claim is your highest value. And when you find people who are really doing that, they are true treasures on this earth. And it's something too, they say the 5 people who you surround yourself with are going to indicate who you are. You're that combination of those 5 people. And if you're around people who are inconsistent in their thoughts and their words and deeds, or who are fickle, who are unreliable, who are just products of more distraction, then guess what? You're going to be that too. You're going to most likely be that too. I'm not going to doom you. That's another thing I hate about this whole social media influence. You have this whole world of people telling you what you should do, what you're like, who you are, trying to essentially break you down into an easy, convenient label and say this is who you are, which to me, this moves you more away from your true potential, which is understanding the infinite nature of Source on a soul level, on a level that defies labels and categories. So much of our world is about breaking you down into an algorithm, something that's very predictable, something that can be defined in a simple label and say, yeah, this is who I am. I don't, and whether you want to change, saying, I don't want to be this, I want to be that, making that the be all, end all. But I think this type of thinking, again, this is more of what's disconnecting people from their souls. This is more of a source of anxiety, depression, and just this insane condition of disconnected humans. So again, going back to the quality human, people who are congruent in their thought, their word, and their deed. When you meet someone like that, they are a treasure, they are a gift. And if your intention is to be that and live that way, then you are a gift. Then you truly are walking the path of a quality human existence and being a quality human no matter where you are, what you're doing. I find some of the greatest people I know are not people you're going to find in the media, whether it be YouTube or any kind of media. They're people who are living their lives in that congruence, and they're rare. They are rare in my world. I'm doing my best to be that. I'm hoping if somebody meets me in person and they get a feel for who I am, they say, Jason, you're the real thing. Just again, like that Bruce Lee quote I say from that Bruce Lee interview when he was asked what his greatest aspiration was, and he says, it's to be a real human being. That's my dream too, is to be a real human being, being congruent in my thoughts, my words, my deeds, and be a person who's walking a path. When I say this is my mission to actualize my potential, to use my creativity, to use my gifts as a teacher and a performer, to add some value to life, my intent is when somebody meets me, they say, well, that's you. And again, the paradox is me goes beyond those labels, but those are just part of my gifts and how I'm showing up in this human experience. So I'm running out of time. I've got to get on with my life that's not on video. Work with some clients who are great people who I value. And I want to leave this thought with you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm not here to tell you who to be or how to do life. I'm just to put an idea out. That's what I'm here to do.